Hello to you. High five. We're doing chaps and chapettes. It's Anthos77 bringing you a gameplay on the map Discovery. Playing Domination for a change. What I want to talk about today is I've been going on to the forums on Black Ops, on the Black Ops website, and also on CoDBattles, and lately there's been quite a bit of a discussion about playing with randoms, and you know, people not playing objective on your team, people that are rushing into the enemy spawn and flipping them. You know, there's no fine balance, it seems, when you are actually playing with randoms. So what I want to go through, I just want to go through some instant tips for what I do when I'm playing with randoms, which isn't very often, because as you know, I'm part of the CoDBattles team, and quite a lot of us play most nights. But if I'm off work or whatever, and I'm playing on my own, this is just a few of the things that I try and do when or think about when I'm playing with randoms. So first of all, I do like to play Domination. That's my most favourite game type. After that, it's Search and Destroy. So when I'm playing Domination, the first thing I do is get my setup right, and what I try and do is put Flak Jacket on and tap Mass Pro. And the reason for that is I try and grab B as quickly as possible. I like to get A first, and then I like to get B just for the points. But if you play with randoms, a lot of times it is just better to grab B. Now, when you first run in to grab B, I suggest that you start chucking your flashes and stuns straight away, just on the opposite side of B. And what that does, it either stuns them, it either flashes them, but just as important, it lets you know if first of all there's anybody there. Now that does depend on the map type, to be honest. You know, this map, for example, isn't too bad. I can start chucking my flashes and stuns across, and I can get hit markers. I can take them out. But on something like WMD, there's a few different routes that you can get to. So let's say, for example, you started at A and you went toward B. There's people coming under the tunnel, and there's people also at the top in the building above C that are looking down at you. So sometimes it's better just to sit away from B, kill 2 or 3 guys, and then rush in and take it. Because flip side to that, it'd be you getting killed, and then they'd rush in and take it. So just depending on the map, try and get B as quickly and as smartly as you possibly can. And you know, you'll learn which maps are better. If you're wanting me to go through what my opinions are on what you should do on certain maps for B, I'll go through it, no problem. Second of all, communication. If you've got a mic, put it on. Even if your team hasn't got one, it doesn't matter. Put your mic on, because it doesn't mean they can't hear you. Now, I do hear a lot of people saying, oh well, I'm playing with Europeans, I'm playing, you know, Americans might say I'm playing with Mexicans, but doesn't mean to say they can't speak English. I mean, my name's Anthos77. Now, a lot of people call me a Greek god, or a goddamn Greek, depending on whether I've upset them or not. Now, doesn't mean I'm Greek. It sounds Greek, but I'm not Greek. You know, so people might look at me and think, oh, well, I'm not talking to him, he's foreign. Especially people from that speak English. But I'm not Greek. The name came about from me making stupid voices when I used to go on nights out and pretend I was something I wasn't. So that's where the name came from. So if somebody was talking to me, I'd be able to understand them. So get your mic on and start talking, start telling people where they are, even if they're not talking back. One of them or 2 of them might be able to hear you and might take advantage of what you're saying. And they might just, you know, if you say there's one coming over from the left, one guy out of them other 5 might look across to the left and take him for you. You just don't know. So communicate with your team. Hold your position between the 2 flags as well. Between the 2 flags you've got. I wouldn't advise rushing past them. So if you've got A and B like I've got here, you'll notice that I stay between A and B. What that does, if A is going, I'm quickly there. If B is going, I'm quickly there. I don't want to be too far away from the action. And while you're holding them 2 flags, try and stay in between the 2 choke points, i.e. the place where the more of the enemies are going to come through. You will have another area where they can come through, which you can't cover. You can't cover every area. So what I suggest you do is get your motion sensor and put that down on that flank. You know, so you've got somebody watching the left, which is your motion sensor, you're watching the middle, and you're watching the right. You'll notice on this game, I'm always in between A and B, I'm always between the middle and the right hand side, as you can see where I am now. So, and don't push too far in. don't flip the spawns. If you see your enemy team flipping the spawns, you've got two choices. You can either go in with them and take the third flag, or you can sit back at your first flag that you've got, somewhere in, you know, between the first and the second flag, and try and defend. And just watch the spawn points. Always watch your back, because you've got a fine line with randoms. They're either camping at the back, not helping, or they're just doing too much and they keep pushing forward. So you've got to make your mind up which sort of randoms you're playing with on that one. The mini-map is very, very important when you're playing with randoms. Always keep an eye on where your team are. You know, you could always think to yourself, right, well, there's too many on this right hand side here where, you know, most of the fighting is going to be. I'm going to go over to the left and watch that area. There's not only 3 areas per map. Sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 5 in which they can come down and, you know, and flank you. So if you've got to go and watch them, what you find is, if these guys that keep coming down the right hand side keep getting killed by your team that are sniping or sat back waiting and defending, eventually they'll start going right and they'll start coming left. So you'll get your turn. You just got to be patient. You've also got to think, if you lose a flag, you've got to capture it at the right time. There's no point keep running in, trying to get B, for example, if you lose it, and getting killed for 2 minutes. Because by the time that 2 minutes is up, and you've eventually got the flag, and you've been killed 10 times, they're already 30 or 40 points ahead of you. It's better just to take your time, go into that flag, maybe get 2 or 3 kills, and take 30 or 40 seconds to actually get the flag back. Don't just keep rushing in. Because if you get it in 30 seconds, it's much better than getting it in 2 minutes, because the lead that they took won't be as high, and then obviously you've got your flag back, you can start defending it, and the points will start evening out a little bit. The next one, kill streaks. If you're playing with randoms and you're struggling, it's always better to have what I call route blockers on, and that's something like your napalm or your sentry gun. So for example, on this map here, I could put a napalm right across the B flag, not going down towards theirs, but across it, if you will, just in front, so they can't come across and pinch it off me while I'm trying to take it. They can't kill me. The sentry gun, you could put that on the bridge on this particular map just before you take it, duck down behind the boxes, and then try and take it. So, you know, there are ways and means around every game. You can't just blame randoms. A lot of the times it's yourself for not playing the game right. When you are actually playing with randoms, you've got to be aware of it. It's difficult for me because I play with a team 97% of the time, and I know that I've got somebody watching me back. I know that my team's not going to keep going and pushing forward, but you don't know what these guys are going to do. So that's just some insight I've got for you. I mean, the higher kill streaks can be better, or they can be good, like your chopper gunner, but I wouldn't use the chopper gunner while I've got 2 flags, to be honest. I'd wait and towards the end of the map I'd probably use it around 150, 160 points if we're winning. Other than that, I'd wait until I've got 2 flags and I'm defending. Because what that does, if you're sat at the back of the map, because you don't want to get killed while you're in your chopper gunner, and you can hear that you're losing B, you can then obviously, even if they've got ghost on or whatever, you can look down, put your chopper gunner in and around B, and you can kill him. So use your kill streaks wisely, go for the objectives wisely, and basically just take your time and just keep your eye on your map. Oh, another thing that I missed out is look out for your skulls, your teammates' skulls. If you see somebody die over on the left hand side, you see a little white skull pop up, you know there's somebody coming. And if there's nobody else in that position, take your time, move round, take him out, and come back and hold your positions between A and B again. But that's all I did. Didn't do anything special again on this map. I think I went something like 49 for 7. I think it was 5 captures or something like that and 4 defends. But compared to the rest of the team, if you look at the points, that's also how you prestige quicker as well, just by playing smart. Cheers guys, bye.